Hey everybody, I'm Heidi with the Sunride Tribe, and today we're going to be replacing our AC and heat blower motor on our 2013 Sprinter 2500. If you watched our previous maintenance issue video, you'll know that we're dealing with a few things. One of those being the air conditioner. It randomly went out on us one day and then randomly started working again a few days later. We've been able to limp it along like this for about 6 weeks now, but the other day we were out driving about 20 minutes from home and the blower motor finally gave out. It was not pushing any air out of the vents whatsoever, even though all of the lights on the dash and everything were working just fine. Eventually we kept messing with it and you could just hear the blower motor dying a slow and painful squealing death inside the dash of the Sprinter. So we're going to go ahead and get this replaced because, as you know, we live in Phoenix right now. It is really hot and it is far too hot to drive anywhere without air conditioning. Also, this works for the heater, so if we were to take a trip somewhere north like we're planning on this weekend where it's going to be lows in the 50s, we're not going to be able to have any heat either. I picked up this blower motor off of Amazon Prime for about $45. I know that it can go up to as high as $200 online depending on what auto parts store you order from. I was initially going to order from a different online parts store that was around the same price. However, the shipping was going to take too long to get here. I found it on Amazon Prime. It came the very next day. So if you're living on the road and have this problem, just know that you can find this part for a pretty reasonable price, in my opinion, online on Amazon Prime and get it delivered to an Amazon locker or location of your choice. The other nice thing about replacing this item is you really only need one tool, and that is a 25-bit Torx screw wrench. There is one that comes in the Sprinter tool maintenance kit that's located in front of the passenger seat footwell. But we already have one of these here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. But this item is pretty much all you need to accomplish this goal. Alright, so the blower motor is located right behind your glove box here. So you really only need to take two pieces apart. First is going to be this dash trim piece here on the side, and then we'll get into taking apart the glove box. For the dash trim piece, there's only one screw. It's located directly underneath here. I've already taken it out because I wanted to see how tough the screw was going to be, and it actually came out pretty easily. So once you get that screw taken out, then you're just going to pop this off. There's some clips in the top that clip in up here, and that's it for this piece. Step 2 is going to be emptying out your glove box. You're going to be completely removing your glove box, and it's going to fall down when you take all of the screws out. So if you carry a lot of stuff in your glove box, you'll probably want to take it out first if you don't want things to go flying. Alright, step 3 is going to be removing the 3 Torx bolts located at the top of the glove box. They're evenly spaced apart, and that's going to loosen up the glove box for you, and it's going to move it down after you remove the tabs. Okay, step 4 is going to be removing the tabs of the glove box. There are 2 tabs located back here that you just need to push off to the side, and that'll drop the glove box down. Next step is removing 3 more Torx bolts located on the bottom here. Next step is going to be pulling the facing away from in front of the motor. And right in here is where our blower motor is located. So this is basically the entire cavity for the system. You've got your AC blower motor, and then you also have a resistor part over here. Now that part also goes out for a lot of people. We're banking on that it's just our blower motor at this point. We're going to pop it in and see if things work. And if not, then I guess we're going to be ordering a resistor too. Alright, so our next step is to remove the electrical harness that's plugged into the blower motor before we remove it. It's this piece right here, and there's a space right here so you can reach up in, push the clips together, and pull it out. Make sure all the wires are out of the way, and then you're just going to twist the blower motor module itself counterclockwise until it comes out. So our blower motor is stuck in there pretty good. So I'm just taking a rubber mallet and tapping on it until I can get it to start to turn. Alright, there it is. Now I did end up taking the screw out right here just to loosen up this facing a little bit. I didn't need to remove the entire thing, but to be able to get the motor out easier. And as you can see, it's a pretty dirty motor. There is a manufacturer install date of July 11th, 2012. So that's a pretty good sign that this is the original blower motor. It has not been replaced in the past, which leads me to believe that this is most likely our problem. Alright, so now we're just going to reinstall the new blower motor, and everything's going to go in reverse order. I hope you cut the struggling out of the video. Alright, so one of the biggest things you have to look out for when removing, but also more importantly when reinstalling, are these tabs. They have to be lined up just right in order to twist it in. And the biggest one is this one down here on the bottom. If it's off even just 1/8 of an inch, it's not going to twist on. So make sure you get things lined up just perfectly, get this tab inserted, and then the rest should just twist right on. Once you hear that click, it should be good to go. We'll reinstall our electrical wire. I'm just going to go ahead and reinstall this one extra bolt that I removed. And now I'm going to turn the van on and see if the AC works. Alright, well, everything seems to be working pretty well so far. Two of the major issues that we had with this AC when it started to die was we couldn't turn the fan up all the way. We could get it to the second light, maybe the third light if we were lucky, before it would cut off, but we couldn't get it to full blast ever. It would just automatically cut that fan off. The other problem was switching it between the different modes of whether it's coming out of the dash or the upper vents or the floor well or anything like that. We basically had to leave it on the middle mode, which is like both the upper and the lower, because anytime we would switch in between that is when the fan would start to freak out and it would start squealing and doing all of this crazy stuff. So I just ran it through all of those modes. Seems to be working good, so let's go ahead and put the glove box and all the dash pieces back in and call this project a success. Alright, thanks everybody for coming along on this journey with me. I hope you enjoyed it, found some helpful and useful tips if you're having the same problems that we were, looking to replace your blower motor, or if this happens to you down the road. Now hopefully you'll know what to look for. I also want to caveat that I am not any kind of certified mechanic. I am self-taught on everything and just willing to kind of jump into projects to see if we can figure it out ourselves first before paying a mechanic to do it. If you like this video, please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye!